head over to Kali Linux, and we can paste the address into the address bar, press enter. We need to provide the username, no problem, Natas Level, and the password, we can copy it from notebook. Let me paste into this field and click sign in. Of course, do not save. And here, we need to choose a JPEG. This is one format of image to upload, and max 1 kilobytes. So I think we can, what we can do, maybe we can upload some sort of web shell. And from this message, we can guess, this web application has some sort of control or filter, which will prevent us from uploading malicious file, such as PHP reverse shell file. In the real engagement, we need to conduct tests as many as possible. And for the Natas series, particularly this level, we are provided with its source code. So now we can open link in new tab. And let's take a look at the code, PHP code especially. The first function is to define the get random string. And this is the possible character sets, which consists of digit and lowercase characters. And the string variable at this point is empty. And we'll loop over. We'll generate the string which has 10 characters in length. And then characters, this function can generate random index. So anyway, I think the purpose of this function is to generate random string, okay? And next, again, this is another function, make random path. There, I think this is directory and extension. We'll do the following line. So the path, concatenate something. The first is directory, and then followed by the slash or forward slash, and then the random name. I think this case is random file name. And also we'll append, of course, here, dot, and then extension. If this random name, this function file exists, we'll check to see this path or the file of this path exists or not. If it exists, and then we'll do again until the path is unique or this file doesn't exist yet. Okay? Next, this is the third function, make random path from file name. And this is the directory, and so this would be the file name. And the path info, I think this function is to return extension, okay? And return the directory and also the extension. Next is the actual code which will be executed. So first of all, we need to check to see the post array. The post array contains everything submitted by the browser. If the post has key file name, let me go back and we can check to see, yes, here there is key, the name, of course, the attribute, the name is a file name, okay? So if we submit something, this key must be there, okay? And then we'll call this function. And this function, this is a directory, and followed by the here file name, post file name, and post file name. And the value of this file name, maybe I think this one. However, the value for this attribute name is dynamically generated by this function get random string. Okay, also this one. And the next, and this function of course will return the extension. So if the if this, I think you can notice this extension, whatever we upload or whichever type of file we upload, this GPG extension would be automatically added. Okay, and then the file name would be different because this would be dynamically generated. Okay, so I think this function will return a random file name, will return this one, and also we'll call this function. So ultimately we'll get the path, and this path should end with extension, and the extension should be GPG. So if we try to upload web shell, the extension would be PHP, right? In our case. However, this will not work because the extension would be automatically changed to GPG, and this cannot be interpreted by PHP interpreter or PHP engine at the background, okay, or on the server, okay. And also we'll check whether the size is too big or not. So this is the uploaded file, the actual file, and this is the temporary name for this file. And if the size for this file is larger than 1000 kilobytes, and then we'll print the message, error message. Otherwise, we move this temporarily, we move the file from the temporary location to the target path, okay? And the target path should be under the upload directory, okay? And then we'll echo something. And otherwise, we'll get an error. So how to the next? Because although here the web application is adopting some kind of control, which prevent us from uploading PHP file. However, such control is implemented on the client side. Okay, so I think this can be easily bypassed, by the, for example, tool of Burp Suite. So let me show you what I mean. But before we do that, I think we need to create a one-liner of a PHP file first. We cannot use the normal reverse shell PHP file. That file is too big. We do not need it. We just create one-liner of PHP shell. Okay, how to do? We can echo, and maybe I can change its file name, and the parameter name we can set it to CMD, and we can save it to the shell PHP. Okay, so now let's go back to the browser, and we need to enable the proxy or turn the proxy to Burp Suite. So all requests would be going through our Burp Suite, and we can launch Burp Suite. Okay, click next, start Burp Suite. And we can navigate to proxy tab, and we need to enable the intercept option. Now we can browse to our working directory, select the file, what we want to upload, open, and then we can click upload the file. Okay, and we can scroll down. As you can see, of course, this file name is dynamically generated by this function. This function get random string. And also the extension GPG is added automatically, okay, by this code, this piece of code here. I think I've already explained it clearly. Now let's go back. So I think, this kind of thing can be very easily bypassed. We can just change to PHP, and we can forward this request. Now, if we go back to browser, as you can see, the PHP file has been successfully uploaded without problem. So then I think we can access this web shell to run some commands. But maybe I like to turn off the intercept option. So next, we can right-click this link. This link will lead us to web shell, and we need to pass the parameter cmd run id command. As you can see, the id command can be executed. And so next, what we are going to do, we need to access password file of the next level. As we know, the password is stored in this file. With this pass, we can copy, and we need to do some modification. Here, we want to retrieve a password for the next level, 13, and next, we can copy and paste over here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put cat command before this file name or file path. Let's press enter. As you can see, we successfully retrieved the password for the next level. So not difficult in comparison to the previous level, which involved XOR encryption. But next, I'm going to show you how to use Python to upload a file and automate the entire process. Okay? So let me open up the PyCharm editor, and we can right-click at this folder, what we are working on. And we can go to new Python file, and we can name it to like Natas Level. Press enter. We need to import some modules or classes. Import request module. Again, this is third-party module. To use this module, you need to use pip install it. Okay. Now, I'd like to import class request authentication, HTTP basic authentication. Also, I like to import regular expression module. This module can help us to extract interesting information from the string or from the text. Okay. And next, I'd like to, of course, initialize the instance for this class, HTTP basic authentication. And we need to give two arguments. The first is username. In this case, is Natas Level. And also, we need to provide the password for this level. No problem. We can copy it from notebook and put over here. Next, I'd like to define the proxies. This is a very important, very important technique when you use Python. When you encounter some problem, how to fix the bug. And you need to see what's going on exactly. And we can combine Python and Burp Suite. So For example, Python can send a request, and then we can go to Burp Suite to have a look at the request to see whether the request is what we expected. Okay, so next I'd like to define the proxy, and this should be a dictionary. First is service or protocol. In my case is HTTP. Next I'd like to define, this should be local address, local host, and port number used by Burp Suite is 8080. Now, I think that's all. What are we going to next? Going to the next, we like to define the base URL. We can copy it from browser. So, before I go on, there will be different steps for our program. First of all, we need to, retrieve or download the page or web page specifically, okay? Next, we need to, extract the, this random name, because this is the necessary parameter. This should be submitted to the web application. Otherwise, maybe there'll be something wrong with response. Okay, so how to do? Let me go back. So we can, we can extract the random file name from the above, or retrieve or download it page. Okay, next, how to do next? We need to send or upload file to the web application. This case, file is web shell. Okay, next we can access the web shell to run commands. Okay, so this is the basic steps of our program or workflow of our program. So let's implement one by one. First of all, we need to download page from the application, from the target. This is very easy. Maybe yes, we can response one requests a get method, and URL is base URL, this case, and authentication argument is basic. Okay, so next we can define the pattern. Let's go back here, and so we can so we're not this one. For example, we can maybe refresh the page. You can check its source code. So we want to retrieve this section. Okay, so how to do? We can copy the entire line of input tag and go to the website. I always use this website to test our regular expression, and here should be dynamic. We can remove it and parentheses. The dot, dot means any character except the new line, and how many, 0 or more. And also I want it to be non-greedy, so we can put question mark. So question mark means make the previous regular expression not greedy. Okay, so now we can copy And so this should be the pattern 1. Next, we can, we can use, so the random file name 1, we can use find all method pattern and response text. And this should return if there is no error. And this will return one list which contains, this case is one item. So we can use index of 0. And then we can, before we proceed, I'd like to test our program up to this point, random file name. Now, I think this is the best practice when we try to code our program. Let's run it. Python Natas. Press enter. As you can see, I think we have already retrieved the random characters or random file name without a problem. So let's go ahead. So I think we can use the format string. And here we can use placeholder. We can put it into this one, and we can put some help message. So random, like random file name has been extract. Okay, that's all. Let's go ahead. So how to do next? Next, we need to, construct our, post payload. How to do? Let me show you my way. Sorry about this. We can go to the browser and check to see such requests payload in the developer tool or with the developer tool. We can browse. We can do it again and upload the file. Okay, this doesn't matter. Okay, and now we can click this one and copy the value as Q, and then we can use this website to convert the Q command to Python. Yes, I must tell you, this case, as you can see, every post parameter or variable is put into this one files. Based on my practice, this is wrong. Okay, so but anyway, we can copy it. This one we can copy, and we need to do some modification. Actually, we need to separate the actual file and other parameters. In this case, for example, here, this one, the max file size and also the file name, we can put it to the normal post payload. Okay, so how to do? Let me show you. I think you know what I mean in action. So the data, we can use the dictionary, and we just cut this path into here. And this case is not long according to my practice. We just remove or delete these parentheses. And then, this one, also, this is not a tuple. Remove remove these parentheses as well. And also this one should be dynamic value, right? So how to do? We can use format as a string. Here we can use curly brace or placeholder. And this one should be random file name. Okay, and in this case, we need to change the GPG to PHP. Otherwise, this file cannot be interpreted by PHP engine. Okay, so I think I'm already done with the date dictionary. This data should be submitted to the to the web application, to the target. And the actual file, I mean the web shell, would be transferred by these parameter files. And how to do? You know, this is again, this is should be the name of this. Yeah, you can get this from here. Yeah, this one. You uploaded the file. Okay. Oh, sorry, not yeah. This one, the name. And here next, we need to, you know, we need to specify this file name. However, we also need to put the actual content of this file. How to do? We just open this file, shell with read only and byte mode. I think that's all. I think we can save, and the next we can now we can submit this request to the web application. So response to requests post, and URL is base URL. Yeah, I need to check whether the URL is, oh, maybe we need to put the index. So I think it will be safer to use another function from URL lib pass and URL join. Okay, so how to do? We can, you know, the URL should URL join base URL and index PHP, and in this case is URL, and also the authentication argument basic, and then the data is data. So the such information would be, you know, the key pairs can be submitted to the application, and also the files. And here, this one is very important. Otherwise, this application cannot interpret our code, our file properly. Okay, and the files. Before we go, I'd like to print this response to see whether there is any problem or error with our program. Let's run it. Response, maybe text, attribute. Press enter. All right, I think the file has been uploaded successfully. However, the file name is again has been changed. So I think we need to extract this, you know, this file name again. So this would be very similar to earlier pattern. We can copy, and we can use this website as well. Copy and paste it over here, and here we can use, you know, we can use the, sorry, I think we can use parentheses and the dot asterisk and also the question mark to make it non-greedy. Okay, so now we can copy and we can define the pattern 2. So we can use, oh, we can put over here. Oh, why? What I'm doing? We can copy it again. We can copy. Oh, what I'm doing? We can copy. We need to change this part. I think this part we do not need it. We just need this one. Okay, so parentheses and use the dot asterisk question mark. Okay, we got the result. We can copy and paste over here. Now we can match the response. So random file name, this should be different. File name, regular module, find all, pattern 2, and response 2. Oh, sorry, yeah, response to text. Okay, and this should return a list, so we can use 0 as index to retrieve the any item. And we can, before we go on, I'd like to print out this. Maybe I can comment out this line and run our program one more time. Oh, index. So I think there is some problem. There is some problem with our code. Let's go back. So the find all. Oh, I think we do not, because this part would be different every time. Okay, my bad. Yes, because this one is also dynamic. So very easy. We just remove this part. This time we can get our code executed properly. At least I think so. Now run our program again. Yeah, no problem. So next, it means that our web shell has been uploaded successfully. Next, we can concatenate the URL. So how to do? We can use the URL join, and the base URL, and then should be, upload. We can use the format string, right? Upload, and we can use curly brace and .php and random file name. Okay, and then we also need to pass the argument to run our command. So how to do? While true, and the command is input. For example, we can input. We also can use some, wave symbol to, to mean we are in the web shell. Okay. Now, if command quit, and I think the comma, not comma, column, and then we can break out this loop, and then response requests get. Oh, we also need to pass the parameters, in this case, parameters. And again, this should be dictionary. And our parameter name for our web shell is cmd. And column command. I think that's all. Next, we can send this request to the application. Requests get URL, and then author basic authentication, basic, and then parameters. Now we can print out in this response. Okay, now we can test our program. I think it's working. For example, ID. Oh, we didn't retrieve its text attribute. Oh, another thing, I forgot to pass the proxies. But this is very easy. We just, we can put, every request, for example, like a get or post, we can put the arguments. For example, here, yeah, here, like proxies, okay? But I'm not going to do that, okay? So now we can run our program again. Like ID, no problem, right? Next, we can run command cat to retrieve the password for the next level. We can copy its pass and paste in here. Okay, so now we can run quit. We can, exit from the program. Okay, maybe we can pass the, the parameter proxies. So how to do here? Here, proxies, and also here, proxies, and also here, proxies. So then, maybe before we go on, I'd like to clear history in the, of course, we need to turn off the intercept option, so we do not need to manually forward the request sent from our Python program. Let's run our program one more time. It's working. ID. Who am I? Your name. No problem, right? So if you go back to Burp Suite, you can see every request has been captured by Burp Suite. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.